So I remember, seeing folks covered in the soot and this fine, very fine stuff that I could only compare to kind of like the desert sand in the Middle East. It's another thing I always try to communicate is just the scope of it. I remember standing on the pile at different points and looking out over the gaping hole that was the site, and the only thing I can compare it to is the Grand Canyon. You see the Grand Canyon in pictures, and you know it's big and you know it's vast, but until you stand on the edge of it, you really don't fully appreciate just the scope of how big it is. And I think that's what I remember about the pile during that point. It was massive, and the divots and craters and ascensions were so enormous that you really couldn't grasp it unless you were standing there on it. The idea that city blocks had been just annihilated was really incomprehensible. I just remember working my butt off on that pile, everybody with their bare hands and this snake of people. And I remember like snapshots. And one of the things I remember is just how diverse that string of people was. It was a National Guardsman next to a fireman, next to a nurse, next to a dude in civilian clothes, and everybody kind of working in cooperation without official guidance, without official mandate. It was, the darkest day that I ever experienced in my life, but it also had these glimmers of brightness where I've never seen such incredible generosity and cooperation and dedication. And it was, in those darkest moments, the response on the part of the people of New York was beautiful.